And the ability for people to cope with that stress is a major determinant of to avoid conditions like cancer, to avoid heart disease, but even more importantly, since most people have one or more chronic diseases, what you can do once you have that condition to optimize the likelihood of recovery. The problem is that our body cannot distinguish between type 2 and type 1. So those perfectly normal responses like elevated heart rate becomes tachycardia or arrhythmias. The normal increase in blood pressure becomes hypertension. Normal suppression of immunity becomes hypoimmunity, which predisposes to allow aberrant cells like cancer to replicate in an abnormal fashion and create various forms of cancer. So the prolonged undifferentiated stress is what is really negative for most people. So the trick, to get to your question, the trick really is to learn any technique, and there are hundreds of them, that allows you to break up this cumulative type 2 stress response into short-term manageable responses. So those SNPs are rheostats. We turn them up or we turn them down, and that determines whether your gene gets turned on or turned off. So you can have a genetic profile that says you're predisposed to breast cancer or colon cancer or lung cancer. Whether or not that gets expressed is dependent on epigenetics, your diet, your environment, your stress, everything that happens to you after you have that strong genetic push will determine whether it shows up as cancer or whether it stays dormant and never expresses itself. He did a session, took people that had in fact learned how to meditate, measured their immunological responses, their basically epigenetic markers before and after a 20-minute period of meditation. What he found was that all of their biomarkers had improved in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Most of us don't know what it feels like to be relaxed. I've had patients say for years, my doctors told me to relax. They never told me how. I had no idea what it felt like, and I still don't until today. So you need to train, your body needs to be taught what it's like to relax after we've spent decades teaching it how to be revved up. His response was he changed totally. He became animated, he became happy, and he made steady progress. Wow. From that point on, and within 5 days, he was released from the hospital. As far as I know, he may still be alive. But it was just the joy of seeing his horse. So you need to break when you find that kind of depression, withdrawal cycle setting in. You need to break that. That's a serious, because all of your immune system is compromised. All of your immunological epigenetic activity is reduced. Your body is not healthy. So